Hi guys, Kevin Sexton here, Inspirational. As you can see, the video today is about balance. Man, it can be a struggle sometimes. Today we got 3 bullet points on balance, and I hope this helps you, because I know I need it, and I know you guys, if you're an artist, you need this as well. Bullet point number 1 is going to be about time. There's only 24 hours in the day. Bullet point number 2, what's most important in your life? Bullet point number 3 is planning and scheduling, and that's what the 3 things we're going to be hitting on today. Short, sweet, in your face. All right, number 1, time. Like I said, 24 hours a day, and let's face it, it's not enough. There is never enough time. Man, I need to clone myself at least twice. So much things I can get done if I can only clone myself, because I tell you, there's only so many hours that you can cut on your sleep, and I got it down to about 5 right now, and usually I hang about between 4.5, 5.5 hours until somewhere a couple weeks down the line I just pass out, and then I'm down for a day or two, and that's just how I run. It just works for me. And I know some people, they gotta have their 10 to 12 hours beauty sleep. Oh, I would never get done if I slept that much. And plus, the old body would just ache all to hell, if you know what I mean. So, bottom line, time. That's something we are fighting like crazy. And the deal with time kind of leads us into bullet point number 2, and bullet point number 3 is how to deal with the time. Number 2 is, like I said, you got to figure out what is most important in your life. You got to really lay it down and be serious about this, because it's a short list. I know you might think it's a long list. Yes, everybody has a long list, but if you want to get serious, it's really a short list if you want to give it a good amount of time. And let's face it, folks, it's something that you love, whether it be people, a hobby, or whatever. To show the right amount of love, you got to show the right amount of time. If you don't spend time with someone or on something, it never gets better. It falls apart. It gets forgotten and put to the wayside, or it becomes just a big pain in your tail because you're just not spending enough time with it, and it's just not working. So, number 1, I've been making my list and checking it twice, so to speak. Number 1, got to be my wife. Because if everything else in the house, if wife ain't number 1, everything else in the house just crumbles. It just falls apart. So she's got to be number 1. Number 2 has to be my little girl. And then, that's the 2 obvious things. And we easily, folks, and I'm guilty of this just as much as anybody else, we tend to put our loved ones to the side first. Let's get real, people. I'm getting on to myself here. Come on, let's get real. We are bad habits, especially as artists. We get our nose in our room, in our studios, and what do? We forget the whole world exists around us. But yes, they're there. And trust me, if you ignore them too long, they will let their presence be known, and it will not be good. So please, for your sake, and I'm doing it for my sake too, we got to make sure the people you live with, the people that you love, your spouses and your children, they got to be the head of the list. And what you're going to get out of that in the long run, and this is what I've learned over time too, is you're going to get their support. You're going to get, most of all, their understanding. Their understanding. That's the key, folks, people, their understanding. Because there's going to be times you're going to be in a crunch, and a deadline, and they're going to be the ones who's going to allow you to have that peace and quiet to get the job done. But you can't get it if you don't put them on the list, on the top of that list on a regular basis. All right, number 3 bullet point, planning and scheduling. You got to start, like I said, I did a few videos ago. Make a list. That's planning, and that's what you got to do. You got to plan time with your family. You got to plan time to do the art, and it's got to be the right time. You can't just say, well, I'm going to do this at 6 o'clock. Do this piece of artwork. Well, then everybody else is coming into the house at 5:45. Well, guess what? You're in the mood to work. Everyone else is in the mood for throwing their bags around, making noise, cooking dinner, and all this other crazy stuff going on. So what I have learned, and I got to constantly keep getting on to myself and make sure I keep on track on this, is I love getting up at 4 a.m. Because guess what? Everybody else is asleep but me. And that's when I get my best and most work done, because I'm not getting distracted or interrupted. And that's, you got to find out your time. The 4 o'clock works for me, it may not work for someone else. Look at your schedule. When guaranteed on a regular basis is no one at your house but you, or inside your studio but you. That is key. That's when you need to plan to do your art. Emails can be checked with noise going on. Anything, cleaning can be done, cleaning up your studio, all that other stuff can be done. But art needs to be uninterrupted, folks. And that's the key here. And it's all about planning, and put yourself on a good, tight schedule so you know when's the best time to do your artwork, when's the best time to sit down and play with. Because my little girl, here's what she loves to do. It's 20 minutes before bedtime. Hey, Dad, let's color. What are those guys called?
Huh?
What are those guys called?
I don't know.
I don't think I've ever seen this.
There used to be Sonic's friend.
Let's go play. And I'm like, 20 minutes before bedtime, there forever. My schedule was, that's when I'm cleaning up, checking last minute things in my studio and stuff like this. And now what I try to do is make sure an hour before it's bedtime, I do all my shutdown stuff in my studio early. That way, if she does want to color and stuff, no matter what I'm doing, it's frivolous. I'm just piddling around, waiting for the time to go to bed. And if she up and says, hey, let's color, let's go play, whatever I'm doing, I can just drop it at the hat and go do it, and it's no big deal. There's no loss on my end, no, oh gosh, fine, whatever. Come on, guys, we done that. We all done that as parents. We drop the ball. And what you got to realize, when you drop the ball as a parent, or drop the ball as a spouse, as an artist, and here, the bottom line, you're going to do it, okay? Just face it, look in the mirror and say, I'm guilty, and just get it over with, because you're guilty. And you just got to face up to the music, and you just got to work on it. Like I'm doing here, I'm announcing to everybody, yes, I screw it up. I screw it up all the time. But I'm getting to where I'm noticing it more, and I'm trying to make sure, and I'm making plans and schedules so I don't keep on doing it. Bottom line, that all about here about Inspirational, it's not about just art. It's not about just Taekwondo or anything. It's about you and me working on being the best us that we can be, whether it be on your art, whether you be as a husband or a boyfriend or whatever you are, Taekwondo, martial artist. It's about trying to be your very best. And every time you think you're getting up higher, you got to set higher goals. Every time you think, oh, I'm a good person, well, there's got to be, you got to check in. You got to get real with yourself and find out, what quirks do you have? Do you have a friend going, hey, you're kind of narcissistic. Hey, you're kind of loud when you're talking. Hey, you're kind of rude. Anytime you get that negative, don't take it. It's hard not to take it personal, but take it, soak it in, and listen, your friends ain't telling you that for no reason. They're not just being ugly. There's something probably to it, and you need to look into it, check in on it, like I said, look in that mirror, get real with yourself. What can I do today? What simple thing can I do that's going to help me be a better me? Whether it be in my personal life, whether it be in my attitude, whether it be in my inspiration, my passion, my artistic, my Taekwondo, whatever it is. What can I do to push it up another notch? Guys, we got to get real for ourselves. It's not easy. Balance is the thing it's what gets most artists down. We don't know how to balance our life. Get it all together. So let's just work on it. Please make a comment how you're dealing with balance. Hey, make a comment how you screwed it up. That's even better. Everybody get a good laugh. Because I'm telling you, if you done it, I've probably been there and done that too. So it's nothing to be embarrassed about. We've all been there. You seen at the beginning of the clip, Kevin's all over the place. Just keeping it real, guys. Bottom line, guys, I hope you work on your balance. Please let me know how you're doing, and I hope you guys have an amazing day. I'm out here because, man, it's just finally, it's not ripping down the rain. It feels good out here. Man, I need a hammock. I really need a hammock. No one's at home. I could be laying in a hammock now, just taking a nice, sweet little nap. But I've done this for you guys first. Guys, take it easy. Kevin Sexton, Inspirational. Later.